we'll see Zach Wilson and the New York Jets taking on Baker Mayfield and the Washington Commanders.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Washington Commanders and the New York Jets. With Charles Davis as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side of the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now Carter. The numbers on the ground for Carter a week ago. 15 carries, 56 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Throwing on second and long. Wilson, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's the Jets punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Returning, it's Benjamin. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
First down, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson out to his left. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On third down, Wilson on the move to his left. Across the formation, he finds Ruckert. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to the ground with Carter. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Well, that was their third sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Mayfield. It's hauled in by Hardy. Yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down. They'll try the right side with Elliott. Room here to run. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Mayfield. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down. Here's Mayfield. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. See if they can do better here on this drive. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 3 yards remain for second down. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Mayfield to throw it. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing, Mayfield. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. To throw, Mayfield. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. So here is Washington now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. A first down throw for Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield able to connect with Dotson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle, here's Elliott. He's got it to the 43 here.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Phillips. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Carter straight ahead. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 61 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Inside give to Elliott. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty.
Touchdown, Washington. From 3 yards out. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after here coming up. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Ruckert. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw over the middle, he's got Ruckert. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
From the 38, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Ford. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action. It's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield down. He completes this to Sutton. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down by 2 touchdowns. 23 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Play action. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
They go play action with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action now. Wilson. And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really. Yeah,
I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.